Hello my friends, today I'm doing another sand painting, and I decided that I'm going to try to do a boat on water with a fisherman fishing. So if you'll bear with me, let's see if we can get this done. I will be doing more some Indian paintings, Native American sand paintings a little bit later on. I'm going to be doing some Paiute Native American designs because I'm going to be putting them into a Paiute festival at one of the Paiute Native American colonies in Reno, and that will be coming up sometime this spring, so I've got to get a bunch of pictures done. And they prefer sand paintings, so that's what I will be doing. And also I will be doing some rope bowls with Paiute Native American symbols on them and design. So that's coming up in the future. But right now, let's get this painting done here. And the first thing I'm going to do, this is on an 8x10 size canvas. And what I'm going to do first is put on a little bit of gray up at the top. Just cover the top of it a little bit. Don't want any fuzzies on it. Get that nice and even. Then I'm going to use a little bit of a darker gray and blend that in. Kind of blend them in together. And by the way, I'm using acrylic paints for this. When I do my series oil paintings, of course I use the oils. I like working with oils because acrylic dries too quickly, but sometimes I just want to do these. The sand paintings I use acrylic paint because it does dry quickly and I need it to dry quickly. Okay. Right, and so for the bottom, this is going to be part sky, part river. For the bottom, I want to put in black. It's going to be dark down here. With acrylics, you kind of have to work quickly because they dry pretty fast. That's one thing I like about oils, is that you can work on it one day and go back the next day and fix it because the oil is not dry. And it takes it about a week, or maybe longer sometimes, to actually dry, depending on how thick you make your paint. Okay, and I'm going to want to blend this down into the black. I don't want a sharp line. down on the dark part. And I might want to put a little bit more of the gray. Blend it in. Okay, make sure it's nice and smooth. Don't want to show too many brush strokes. Okay, I think that will be it on this. I think what we're going to do now is we're just going to let this dry, and it should dry pretty quickly, and I'll be back in a few minutes. And I'm going to, for the sake of time, I'm going to go ahead and draw the outline of my boat and my little man on here, and then I'll show you how we do the sand part, and we'll go from there. So I should be back in just a few minutes. This will not take long to dry because acrylics do dry pretty quickly. So I'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, this is all dry. I have my outline, I don't know if you can see it, of my boat and my man right here. And the next step I'm going to do is to paint the boat and the man with black acrylic paint. So that's the next step we're going to do. So I'm just going to paint. I already drew it on there, and I'm just going to paint in the lines. Okay, this is going to take a minute, so I'm going to turn you off, and as soon as I get the black done with the boat and the man, then I'll turn it back on and show you my next step. Okay, now you can see that I've finished coloring in with the black acrylic paint. Got some on my fingernails too. I always get paint all over me. But the little man in his boat, he's got his supplies, and he's got his line in the water, and he's just out there fishing. So what we're going to do now, before I finish putting the shadow in the water and maybe making a little bit of waves around him, we're going to take the Elmer's glue, is what I use. And we've got black sand, and for the little rim around the top of the boat there is white sand. So I'm going to go ahead and do the black sand, and I need a small brush. Okay, we're going to take the glue and we're just going to paint exactly in with the glue. You just paint with the glue exactly in the black area and the black area only. And we're just going to paint this in with glue. Making sure to cover all of the black area. Find a brush for that stuff. Oops. I missed a little bit of shoulder right there. Okay, the glue's starting to dry pretty quickly. So what I'm going to do is stop right here and put the sand on. I'm going to take my black sand and just pour it over top of where I put the glue. I give mine just a very gentle touch to make sure the sand sticks in the glue. And I got a magazine, one of my archaeology magazines, and I need this seam right here. You just pour your sand onto the, you can use a piece of paper with folded in half so you have a seam. And you can brush off a little bit of the excess. Okay, and there's our guy. And I'm just going to leave this sand here until I'm finished, and then we'll put it all back in the jar, and I'll show you how to do that in just a second. So we can continue. We have our guy, and he's all sanded, so he kind of sticks out. See how it kind of gives him some depth, and the sand is just a little bit shiny, but it really makes the subject matter pop right out when you put sand on it. It really enhances it. Okay, let's continue. Let's try and find my really fine brush. Is that it? And I'm constantly rinsing my brushes out. I don't leave any paint on them, especially acrylic, because the acrylic will dry quickly onto your paintbrush and ruin your paint. Ruin your paintbrush, I should say. It almost looks like he's throwing out a net. I don't want to get too far away from me here so you can see me. Here I'm just painting with the Elmer's glue. And you just have to be careful to stay within the black area that you painted. Okay, let's go ahead and sand that so it doesn't dry too quickly on us. And once again, we just pour the black sand on there. Gently pat. Some people say don't pat. I like to pat them down, but that's just me. Okay. All right, turning out pretty good so far. Here's the little one. Okay. My dog's in there dreaming. I can hear him barking. Barks in his sleep. He's woofing in his sleep. So if you hear a dog go woof, woof, it's my black lab. He's over there dreaming. I don't know who he's barking at. I just really enjoy doing this for some reason, playing with the sand and doing the sand paintings. It's just fun. Getting the painting to turn out to look like what you want it to look like is another question. Okay, we've almost got him and the boat. Now part of this is going to be boat shadows, so I'm not going to cover all of the black in right there. Hurry before my glue dries. Change. How can I do that one? Yep, this one. I have to change brushes and rinse them often because the glue starts drying on the brushes and you're not going to get anywhere. Okay, let's do the sand quickly. Now it should finish up the boat. And dump the sand off. And there's our man in the boat. all sanded. So now we got to put a finishing touch on the boat, and then we can do our shadow. I'm just going to get rid of a little bit of the excess sand out of this little spot that I want to do right here. Okay. Now I'm going to take the white sand. Oops, we better dump out the black sand, huh? Okay. So you've got all your sand right here in the fold. Then you take your black sand jar. There we are. You can see it right up there in the corner. Dump your sand into the fold and into the jar. That alleviates a big mess, and it saves you a lot of sand. Okay, and we are done with the black sand. Put this back underneath. There we go. There's still some. Okay. Now we've got the black sand on the man in the boat. And now I want to do the blue. So we can put a white line there on the edge of the boat. Give it a little accent so it looks like he's standing in the boat. Gives it a little dimension. You can see this okay. Alright, and now you have the glue on. We're going to take the white sand and do the same thing. We're just making that one little line. Okay. I'm just going to clean off a few stray little particles of white sand here. Okay, and here he is in his boat. So now we're going to dump the white sand, do the same thing. I'm just going to dump it into the white jar. Okay. And we are done with the sand. So let's finish doing the shading. Almost done. I'm going to have to turn it my way to finish it, and then I'll turn it back around, let you see. But we got the man and the boat, and see how the sand just kind of makes it look, it just pops out. I just think it's so pretty. I'm just fascinated with the sand. I love it, and it's just fun. So what we're going to do now is we need to make some shadows in the water so he doesn't look like he's just floating out in air. Let me check my paintbrushes, see which one I want to use for that. I think I'll use this one that I already have. Okay, now I'm just gonna put the lid back on the white sand, and I am going to get some shadow down here. So he is standing up here. Just a little bit this way, and we'll go That's supposed to be a shadow from the man in the boat, and this is the shadow from his gear in the back of the boat. And we need to put some ripples in the water. So what I'm going to do is I saved some of the light gray from when I was painting the background. I put it in a seasoning bottle. And here's the hard part. If I mess this up, I'm just not going to do this video. So, I'm going to come down about here. And we're probably going to want to maybe mix a little bit of this. And maybe, let's see where, here's the white. Okay, I'm not liking that. Here's my other gray. Okay, for the sake of length of time, I'm going to shut you off while I finish putting the ripples in the water, and then I'll get right back to you. Because this is going to take a few minutes, and I want you to have to wait. Okay, I'm finished with it as much as I'm going to do. I think if I mess with it any further, I'm probably just going to ruin the whole thing. So this is my fishing man in the boat. He's all sand. And this is the finished painting. I'm going to believe it's going to be finished here. And this is the man fishing. So not real super thrilled with this one, but it's okay. But it's my first attempt at this one, so at this subject matter. So anyway, there's my painting. I hope you enjoyed watching my sand painting, and I hope I didn't run this way too long. Sorry guys. This one turned out to be a little problematic for me, but it's finished, and this is the end product. So I'll talk to you later. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll do some Native American paintings on the next one. So thank you so much. Have a great night, good evening, good morning, good day, wherever you are, and you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.